Hello, Tanya. Hey, Anthony. How y'all guys
Hey,
doing today?
great. How you doing?
Doing wonderful, doing wonderful. I guess that audience is doing just as great because I see some people here. Hey, you guys.
Ha, ha,
Hey,
ha.
hadn't seen you since last week.
Since last week. Okay.
Last week. Hey, good afternoon to our audience out there, everyone. Welcome to the show. This is your show. It's called Financial Sins. And what do? This is the new podcast. Podcast. It's really not new anymore because you guys been here maybe a little bit over 6 weeks now with us and keep coming in every Friday at 1 p.m. The All Things Relevant Media Platform.
Doing wonderful. Doing wonderful. It's called Financial Sins. And what do? This is the new podcast.
About you joining in the conversation every Friday. I hear a little background back there. But at 1 o'clock, we're here every Friday. Love to have you to join the conversation. You can join the conversation real easy by leaving us little comments in the Facebook section if you want. And we'll put those comments over the broadcast and answer any questions you have. But let me let you know who I am. I'm Mad Flo. Now, the name sounds like I'm crazy, but I'm not crazy, okay? I'm just making a difference for life and others. And sometimes Anthony just does not want to say the word mad flow. He'll always say flow.
You
But
know
I'm
I
not
forget,
crazy.
right? All right.
And I'm going to be joined every Friday, 1 p.m. with my other hosts, which is Tanya Scott Pilcher and Anthony Murray. Let me tell you a little bit about me, and then I'm going to let you turn it over to them so they can introduce themselves as well. Mad Flo is a former police lieutenant from the Chatham County Police Department, the original Chatham County Police Department. I worked there for 25 years, enjoyed what I did, but then, at the time you got to say, you got to leave it. So I left it after 25 years, and I was introduced to another business, which is this one right here, which is called World System Builder. But before all that happened, I met this wonderful man named Arlie Sturdivant, and we got married, and we got three. We share three awesome, awesome girls, and we have four fabulous grandkids. Love them to death. What I do as far as keep myself busy, not only this on Fridays, but also I am a licensed financial educator with a company called World Financial Group, but it's also a division. There's a division called World System Builder. That's a division of World Financial Group. Been doing that since 2013. Enjoy educating people, letting them learn, give them an opportunity to learn what I have learned and even more. So it's a little bit about me, guys. Let me turn it over to Tanya and Anthony and let them introduce yourselves to them. Go ahead. Who's next?
All
Tanya.
right. Hey, good afternoon and welcome everyone to Financial Sense. I'm Tanya Scott Pilcher, owner and executive of Get Skills. Oh gosh, I forgot what my company name was for a second. And what we do is we help people establish a new career in a $1 trillion industry so that they can live their dreams. Now, through in-depth training and professional development and coaching, we help them reach their full potential. And in the past 2 to 3 weeks, we have helped many of them reach financial freedom, and we're so excited. I invite each of you to come out and hear more about what's going on in Savannah because we're helping people reach their goals, change their income, and change their outcome. We have a new class coming up June 19th here in Savannah, and I'm going to talk about later on some wonderful expansion. Now, just personally, of course, I am married, have a wonderful family with 2 fantastic children. I am a homeschool mom, and I love doing that also. And so being in insurance gives me that opportunity to do this too. So I think that's it for me. I'm going to turn it over to Anthony. How you doing, Anthony?
I'm doing great, Tanya. Thank you so much. Hey, listen, guys, my name, as you see, is Anthony Murray. I am a financial literacy educator. What does that mean? When I figure it out, I tell you. No, I'm only playing. What does that mean? I help people learn about money, how their money could work for them. Now, that's really a powerful and strong statement. I want you to mull over that for just a moment. You need to learn how your money could work for you, because that's what money is really for, not just a means of exchange, but I want my money to grow, right? So I teach that. My shalom to you as well. Thank you for being with us. And I missed the other name that I think it was John. I don't remember, but I want to thank all you guys for being here today. All right, my educational background is in insurance and real estate. I also worked with a couple of companies. You may know the names: Mutual of Omaha, Edward Jones. Now I'm with a company called World System Builder, who is the baby of World Financial Group, being their parent. But the grandfather is a Transamerica. All right. I don't know if you ever heard of Trans. Yeah, of course you have. They've been around for 100+ years, around 111 or 112 this year. They've been in existence. So they are well established, multi-billion-dollar organization. And what do? We help people move out of financial insecurity into financial stability, financial growth. We want people to relax a little bit when it comes to money, but not so relaxed to where money is flying out of their pocket, like they have holes in their pocket. All right. So we're really trying to help people to learn about money. And that's what my colleagues and I are doing here today on this podcast. This is actually, like Flo said, this is your podcast. This is your show. This is here for you. We want to help you. So, guys, I encourage you, get somebody that whether they're a friend or foe, it doesn't matter, and tell them they need to get on this show. They need, look, I wasn't trying to rap, right? But it came out like that. Get them involved. All right, get them involved. Then, like Flo said earlier, like us on Facebook, All Things Relevant Media, or you could go to YouTube. And on YouTube, you go to ATR Black Media Network. So you could refer people there as well. And I'm telling you, this is designed to bless you and to bring you to the next level. All right. So with that said, we're going to turn this over to Mad Flo. See, I don't mind calling her Mad Flo.
Mad said, you always be saying Flo. You always be saying that Mad Flo.
We're going to turn it. I do. I usually say we're going to turn it back over to Flo, and she's going to bring us into our topic or topics for today. We have a lot of juicy stuff for you, so you guys just hold on to your seat, get a notebook and a pad. Shirley Scott, thank you so much. That's your mom. All right, Mom. All right. Well, Flo or Mad Flo.
Hey, look, if you say she's not mad. Flo. Hey, guys. All right. Something we always promoting on this show right here is because we want you guys to be really knowledgeable when it comes to understanding your money, how to make that money work for you. Not only work for you, but work hard for you. Because I know every day you go out there, work hard for that money. Even harder now that we have a pandemic, global pandemic. I know you're even working harder for it, but you still have to know how to make that money work hard for you. And of course, I want to promote these books. We have them in different languages. This one is in Vietnamese. We have this one in Chinese. We have this one in Spanish. I don't know how to read any of those books there, but if I meet anyone in those cultures, guess what? We can cover it. We also have French coming out, but I'm going to share something with you because our topic today is going to be having a career in the financial industry when it comes to insurance, okay, being a licensed agent. And I want to share something out of this book here called Saving Your Future. That says Saving Your Future too in Spanish. So remember, you can get these books from myself or from Anthony. Just make contact with us. It's $4. But I want to read something out of this book right here on page 85. It's about embracing change and expect to succeed. So change your habits. Not only can you change the way you think, you must also change your habits. Two things that can make great changes to your life are the books you read and the people you meet. Remember that. The more you spend time with the wrong crowd, you probably won't be right. If you want to be successful, move to a better environment, be around successful people. If you know how to tell your kids not to hang around a certain crowd, you know how to do it too. A better environment will help provide better thinking and better solutions. Now, what do I mean by expect to succeed? You don't win or lose overnight. Just remember that. It's not going to happen like this. You win or lose by degrees. If you want to win, make your way back toward winning step by step and follow through to completion. So expect to succeed. Get out of your cocoon. We're going to show you something different. Get out of your cocoon. See the world, because that's what this big world was made for us to see. And what are we doing? We got people that's probably never seen the only their back porch, to be honest. They've never traveled. See the world. There are people who are better off than you, but there are a lot more who are even more worse off. You are
Well,
special. You know you are somebody, and you can do a lot of great things. You're the head of the family. You're the captain of your ship. Set sail, feel the wind, enjoy the journey. Okay? It's in this book right here. But I want you guys to make sure you listen to what we say today, because the topic is going to be life changing. All right, let's turn it back over to who? Tanya, you want to break us in?
Okay, well, awesome. So, for me, I'm always talking about a story, right? So, my story, I have been in this awesome career for the past 10, 12 years. And who would have thought that I would have been interested in doing something like sales? But I didn't learn, I didn't know it was about sales at the beginning. What made me interested was all about education. And so this career that I have in insurance allows me to educate. Or when I first got started, I called it my own ministry, because there's so many things that people are not aware of. So my husband and I, I said 10, 12, I think it's like 15 years ago, just kind of went to meetings and listened at a gentleman explain Medicare to a bunch of different churches and to people. And I was like, wow, this is kind of interesting. Now, I can get into educating and helping people, because my background has always been, how can I help? That's kind of the thing in my family. We're always helping someone. We're always doing something to benefit someone else before we even benefit ourselves. And so when I learned that insurance, or this career, could really be about helping people, is where I fell in love. And so we have been doing this again for 15 years. And what we set up to train and help people understand all aspects of finances, all aspects of insurance, especially those that were older in the Medicare industry or in the Medicare field, as they were turning 65 and just trying to understand what was going on. And so when I got into this, my father was on Medicare at the time. And what I was trying to understand, because he was in the hospital, was that, hey, every time I say, don't do this or don't do that, the hospital was telling me they had to call Medicare. And I was like, well, what's up with this Medicare? Why y'all got to keep calling them? So it was right on time for me to get into it and begin to understand why Medicare was being called, why someone else was having to approve something that I was saying. So it allowed us to begin to learn all that we could about this tough topic that every single one of us is going to become Medicare eligible at the age of 65.
If we live long enough.
That's right. And
we live long enough. That's right.
It's one of those things, like they don't explain it to us at 45 55 when our minds are still good. They wait till we get older and then they put this thing on us. So Medicare is an open field that people need more of us to out there to explain. What do you think, Anthony?
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. That's an area that has been untapped. I like the comment that one person gave about they kept us out of the rooms. I spoke with someone last year, some point, who felt that, yeah, there it is. The problem was we were never exposed. They kept us out of the rooms. Not quite sure, Jackson, which rooms you were talking about, but I understand. I believe I understand what you're trying to say there. We weren't exposed to it. In other words, this is something that in the African American community, and this is not to downplay or throw off on anyone who's not African American, but in the African American community, this is something just that was not considered of importance. So we weren't taught this. And because we weren't taught this, we were not gravitating towards learning it.
Right.
All right. When I went to college and I majored in it, they still did not cover financial literacy, how money could work for you. They didn't cover Medicare. All right. And here it is, a lot of people, especially in our community, when they reach 65, they don't know what in the world to do. They don't know what to do. All right. And now today, it's so bad that, and I agree with you, that insurance, some of the, well, how do you say, John comment that insurance has perilous pathway. You know what? That is so true. Now, let me tell you something.
Yep.
I have a couple of PowerPoints that I teach called the Bible versus the Blue Book. What's the Blue Book? This is the Blue Book. All right, saving your future. All right, the Bible versus the Blue Book. I have two different PowerPoints. Now, why are these PowerPoints so important? They're important because it shows, and I'm gonna go back to what I was saying. It shows just how they are so parallel, how the truths in them line up so much. All right, and how the Bible talks very. Listen, let me tell you this. There's over 2,700 biblical references to money in the Bible.
That's right, of being rich.
2,700 references to money, not just being rich, but to money.
Yes.
All right, and people got to realize that. You know, and let me go take it a step further. 1/3 of Jesus's ministry, he talked about money. He referenced money in some area.
Absolutely.
1/3. Now that's a lot. So listen, there's a lot of things about this that we just don't know. Why are we doing this podcast? Because when it comes to money, ignorance is not bliss. It's not something to brag about. Well, I don't know anything about that. Someone went off on me one day. Well, you know that. I said, hold it, wait a minute. I'm just trying to educate you. That's all. That's all. I'm just trying to educate you.
That's right.
They got mad because I was trying to educate them. Why would someone get mad? They would get mad because people of color, listen to me, people of color are taught or were taught, not are taught now, but were taught hundreds of years ago, and it carried on, all right, not to trust
each other.
People of color.
Yeah,
yes.
not to trust each other.
Not to trust each other. All right. And so this is a very, very critical, important topic, and it's a wide open field.
Yes. And guys, guess what? You know what? Somebody out there might be saying, well, why would I want to sell insurance, or why would I want a career in insurance? When you think about it, it's just as honorable to sell as it is to buy, because someone had to do what? Right. Sell you your car, sell your home, sell your groceries, sell your clothes that you got on your back, shoes you got on your feet, and someone has to sell you insurance. And you think about it, why don't you learn get the ability to get a career in this field? And why not you take care of your family instead of having a stranger to take care of your family's finances? Because right now with my family, anything that's needed or need to know about finance, my family calls me.
Mm-hmm.
Now my friends do the same. They'll call me because they have that
Absolutely.
trust is there. So it's just as honorable to sell as it is to buy. And why not learn it for yourself?
That's
Get the
right.
skills, and you don't have to have a college degree to get into the field of finances.
You
You
don't.
don't have to have a financial degree to really to get into the company that I'm with right now, World Financial Group. You do not need a financial background. You know what? You're going to get the training that you need. Is ongoing training, and I just love learning. I always tell people, always be learning, and I love to learn. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I truly love to learn. And since I've been learning about understanding insurance, the benefits of it, and now understanding, the sales part, how I can make a good income from being a life license agent, life and health agent. So,
Yeah.
it's a great opportunity. You guys just have to realize, get out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
There are so many young people out there that probably didn't finish high school, didn't finish college, but they're very intelligent. If they could take and look into a field of selling life insurance, I'm telling you, it could make a difference in their life as far as, making that financial difference, making sure that they can have an income coming in. Because you have a license under your belt, I always tell people, you always have a source of income.
Yeah. Hey,
Long
listen, Flo.
life and
Ta-
health
Ta-
license, I always have a source of income.
Right.
Tanya is anxious. She's
No.
I can see it. I can see it on her.
Jumping.
She's ready to go. She got something. She got. All right, go ahead, Tanya. Go ahead.
Well,
Go ahead.
Matt Flo hit something key. When you're taking people that do not have a job, did not go to college. I mean, I made more money in this industry than with my computer science degree. I could have saved my parents thousands of dollars in that college education. Sorry, mom and dad. But this is such a lucrative field. I mean, it's $1 trillion industry that
Wait,
we're
Tanya,
looking
say that
at.
again. It's what type of
This
industry?
is $1 trillion industry. And you got to remember, the one industry that was bailed out in 2008 was the insurance industry. It cannot
Definitely.
fail. And so when everybody else was going through the crisis at that time, I bet you not one single insurance agent was, because insurance holds up the world. You got to have your car, your house, your building, anything that you do, and your life insured in order to just make it in the world. So we need to have more people in this career, because it is also wealth building in insurance. And that what Mr. Jackson John was talking about a few minutes ago was that we've been left out of that, because
Mm-hmm.
the Paris Hiltons and the all of these children from these rich families, that's how they have gotten to be as wealthy as they are, through insurance. And
Hello,
so,
hello.
those are the things that you can learn. And if we learn more of it and teach one another,
Mm-hmm.
then more people can be wealthy by setting up themselves and their families for lifetime wealth for
Yeah,
the rest of their lives. And
you
And
know.
I don't know if
key.
let me let my audience know
Wait a
something
minute,
here.
wait a minute. These ladies get ready to take over, y'all. So I'm gonna sit back for a
Yeah,
moment and let them
because
go at it. Cause I had something to say, but I'm gonna wait because they're on
oh,
fire right
you
now.
know
Go
you
ahead,
always got
ladies.
something to say, and we're
The
going to listen to
parents
you
weren't
regardless.
exposed.
You got it.
To help that's right. You're right.
But
The parents weren't exposed. That's right. Our parents weren't exposed, so that's why we weren't exposed.
yeah, and you can only teach what you know to your children. So if you don't know it, you can't teach it to your children. You can't pass on generational wealth if you don't know how to build wealth to begin with. So
That's
you
right.
have to learn it. When you learn it, you pass it on to your family. That's how generational wealth is passed on. But I wanted to say something, that if you guys don't realize something, that when you build a book of business within life insurance, because you have an opportunity to build an agency within, making this a career. You can build an agency. And how do you build an agency? You introduce someone else, you train those people up,
Yep.
just like you trained up, you train them, they start building. You can build yourself an agency within your life and within your life insurance career. Now, another thing a lot of people probably don't even realize is that your book of business that you build up, you retire, that can go to your family. All you have to have, make sure one person in your family is licensed. You can pass that business on to them. So if I have a book of business that's $2 million, and I'm ready to retire, my granddaughter can be licensed with me.
That's
Pass
right.
the book of business to my granddaughter.
And one of the things that I do, Mad Flow, is that in our training, because we have a training school that trains people to get their insurance license. And I got to brag on my last group. We had 6 people in the classroom and 2 online. 2 of them went to take their test this week. The class ended Sunday. 2 went to take their test and passed. So we're excited about that and that happening. But in the very near future, we're going to be doing P&C. And so one of the things that I do is I reach out to current insurance agents and I ask them about their children, because when we do that class, we give super discounts to insurance agents who have young adults in their household that don't have an insurance license.
Tanya, tell me what PNC is. Some people
I
might
was
not
just
know
going
what
to say
PNC
that
is.
because we know what it is, but they don't.
All
I'm
right.
sorry. When you get your property, because we're going to open up and do our property and casualty courses in July. And I'm telling you and all the other insurance agents that are out there, if you have young children under the age of 35, I don't want those 40-year-olds. I want those 35-year-olds that you have in your house and under, that if they want to get their insurance license, that'll be the time for them to reach out and see me, because we're going to discount this class so that they can be in it to win it for you. We're looking at building our family income, and this is it. Because just like you said, Mad Flow, if we have a book of business, if we have things going, we have a book of business and good income coming into our home, then our children can inherit that business instead of us having to give it away to someone else or just lose the business that we have. So we need to get everyone, or at least one person, one young person in our family. And I know how important it is. And again, when we did it, when we first opened up Get Skills to do insurance, that's exactly how we started. The only thing that they paid for was their book. So in July, I'm going to post it real big to all insurance agents that if you want to get your child, your young adult into this field, this will be the time.
All right, let me mention something that's very powerful. Can I say something?
You got the floor.
Let me stop playing.
Putting up all of these names. I don't know what these names mean.
I don't know either.
Those people that need to be in the career.
Are those people that need, Anthony, is that what you're saying? Like you're referring people to us? Hey, listen, this career, the insurance career in the Black community has always been, years ago when I was growing up. Now I'm in my 60s. Years ago when I was growing up, what you say?
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
I guess Black don't crack on our Black men either, eh?
Let me turn this way. And one of the things that I heard in the Black community was this: insurance agents are liars. And they said the same thing about attorneys, right? And insurance agents aren't honest. They steal and da da da. They were always talked down. You can't trust them. But you know, now look, my mother was one of the main ones. When that woman passed on, she had every medical insurance you could think of. She had long-term care. She had this. She had everything. But when I went into the industry, she was so against it. And I heard it from so many different people from her generation that did not really push the importance of insurance agency or agents. Now, very critical, very critical. Insurance could offer a good retirement income, depending on how the program is put together. All
Right.
right. But
Right.
what else? What else can it do? Flo touched on it. It is the main vehicle. I want to make sure you guys hear me. It's the main vehicle that other races, ethnic groups use to start generational wealth.
Generational wealth.
I want to make sure you hear this. All right. While the Black community buying policies 5,000, 10,000, 20,000, 25, just enough to put themselves in the ground, other communities, other cultures, other races are buying 100, 500, $1 million policy. Why? Because what they're thinking is this: I want to leave something for my children so that when I pass, they have something to leave for their children. They should have enough to leave, or enough to pay off their house, or enough to do this, or enough to do that, or so forth. Or so, you follow what I'm saying? All right. Idell, oh, it's so good to have you. All right. So I want to make sure that you guys hear this. All right. They said people of color up in that generational age from 1910 to say 1940 put down insurance agents and the law profession. All right.
Right.
So you got to understand this thing here. This is very critical. So we never looked at it as a race as being something positive. But yet, when you need a car, Tanya touched on it. All right. During 2009, 2008, all right, I was working with not Mutual of but Edward Jones, and I'm telling you, people were losing their shirts when the time when Enron went belly up and filed that bankruptcy. The amount of people that lost, well, I cannot go into all those details. You have to, you could look that up. But I'm telling you that this is something that we have to, as people of color, understand that insurance is not a sin.
That's right. It's not a sin.
It's not a sin. All right. Let me tell you what the sin is. The sin is when we don't have the knowledge or understanding of the value. But you got insurance for your car.
Yeah. The sin is family when somebody dies.
Yeah, you know, and you don't have insurance for your life, but you depending on GoFundMe because you know you need money to get buried. You know, so you tell your family just go to GoFundMe. You know, they'll put me in a box. Look, let me tell you something. You can't even. Hello.
You got insurance for your phone, right? But you don't have.
They got insurance for their phone.
Yeah, got insurance for your phone.
And then again, you know what?
Someone
has to sell them that insurance for their phone. Someone has to sell them that insurance for the car. Someone has to sell them that insurance for their life. So why not become an insurance agent yourself and you reap the benefits of being, you know, of generating that kind of wealth for yourself? So why don't you sell life insurance?
Why don't you become your own financial advisor? In other words, why don't you become your own financial educator? Hey, worst case scenario, you don't want to do the business? Get in the business, get your license, sell enough to cover the expense that you put in to get your license.
And
you don't want to make it a career? Just get in the business so you can sell enough to recoup the $100 or the $200 or the $300 and then educate your family. Listen, I'm telling you, the Black community, we're missing the boat on this.
Yeah,
All
we
right. I don't want to sound like I'm fussing. You
okay.
know.
Margaret says, when more insurance agents look like the rest of us, then ask if they were raised like us. If one is in your family, then
Trust
trust.
can't grow.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely
Bingo.
Absolutely.
you know
I have to agree with Anthony. Bingo.
you remember when back in the day when the agents used to come out to the homes, none of
Door
them
to door.
door to door, came and got
Mhm.
grandma's $1 or $2 for her insurance. And
Mhm.
Yeah.
they didn't mind doing that. Now they look like us. But do they know that we could be, fined? There's huge fines if you are doing something unethical.
Unethical. That's right.
And so there is no way that we will risk our insurance license by trying to trick or do something unethical, unmoral to a human being in this field,
That's
because
right.
we don't want to get in trouble. We don't want to have the state. I mean, we have a state license, and then you can get licensed in all these other states. And so there's still someone over us that can remove our license, or we can get fined
Or go to jail.
that's right, maximum $250,000. So we definitely are coming to educate and help people grow in the field of insurance, and no matter what that field is.
Yeah.
And as I graduate these or have people complete their pre-licensing courses, I remind them that no one will ever have to ask for a job. You don't have to ask for one, because now you can write your own ticket pretty much on what you want to make and how much you want to make. It is totally up to you. You can decide who you want to work for and who you don't. So people will take you on. I remember when my son, who's now 24, got his insurance license. I think he's had it for about 3 years now. He went around kind of bumping his head with all these other sales things, and then decided, you know what, I'm gonna get my insurance license. So of course, I sent him out to, seek where you can learn the most information. He went and worked for 1 year at the auto industry folks, and learned whatever he could learn. And then we started teaching him about your commission. So when you go and work for a company like a United Healthcare, a Geico, an Allstate, the part of that commission that you don't receive is the residual on the next year. So you'll have to continue to go out and get new business, new business, new business, new business, and you'll never get any residual. But it's still a good income. It really is. It's still a good income in working for those companies. But when you become an entrepreneur and really work for yourself, it's the residual income is what you're going to be looking for, that continuous business. Because there's one thing that people don't change. And once they become, you get their insurance business from them, they don't change what insurance company they with. They stay with them forever. So you stay with the same auto insurance year after year after year after year. You stay with the same homeowners. You stay with the same. You're looking for that insurance agent that you can be consistent and long and have longevity with. So once you get in, but just imagine if you went and worked for those companies, you're not going to see that. You're not going to see the residuals. You're none of that. So you always need to think about when you become an insurance agent or get into this career, that the residual is why we're in it. And that is part of why we make, I guess you can continue to have wealth for the rest of our lives.
Yeah. That residual just keeps coming. Go right ahead.
Tanya, when you said something earlier, you took us back in the day when the insurance agents used to come to our house and pick up our mom's 50 cents, $1, or whatever. And you have to think about something on that respect. They're out there and sometimes it's hot as heck, cold as whatever, but they're still tracking to all those houses to pick up that money. And you think about it, there has to be something with that having to be able to say I'm a life insurance agent to continue to go out there in those harsh conditions with the weather and everything and still pick it up. Those people knew that they was making some good money
Oh
That's
yeah.
right.
being life
That's right.
agents.
Yeah.
And so it was nothing for them to go out and pick that money up, 50 cent, a dollar or whatever, because they knew, just like you said, it's the residual income. I remember the insurance agents come to my mom's house all
Yeah.
the time. But you know what? She didn't just have one insurance agent, she had about three. So different companies, different people who was in the insurance companies, these companies, they would come to her home to pick up her little bit of money. Now these agents had to realize there's a reason I'm doing this. These little pennies I'm picking up, I mean, I'm making good residual income from what I'm doing.
That's
And so
right.
you can
You
make
know,
great residual income.
mhm.
You
Oh,
realize,
you're right on top of it.
yeah, right on top. So you make your commission off top from what you did, and then you can have that client that you have. You will make a residual income for maybe 10 years. Every year, you're gonna make a little small residual income off that same client, as long as they're paying their premium. You're gonna be making money. So just think, if you got one client and you make a residual income off of that one client every year, just imagine if you have 200 clients.
Mm.
Now you make a residual income off of 200 clients every year. You've made the first commission up front that first year, that big money, and then you're going to still make a small residual every year for the next 10 years, and it
Wow.
continues. So just think, you got 100 customers this year. That's 10 years out, you're going to make residual. Next year, you get another 100 customers. That's 200 customers. Now you got that first, you're going to make it for the next 9 years. That second one, you make it for the next 10 years. And then
That's
the
Mhm.
next. So, guys, you have to realize it's lucrative.
It's a
Hey,
$1 trillion industry.
$1 trillion. Listen, I'm almost speechless because what you're saying is so true. I've been getting residual checks. This is my second year full time. I forget what year we're in, 2021. Let me see. I
And you
started
can
with
send your
World,
text to me. I'll
World,
take care of
World
them for you.
System Builder in 2018. And these residual checks are coming in. And let me tell you something. There's no better feeling than to wake up, and we get paid twice a week. There's no better feeling to wake up and you see on your phone deposit, deposit, deposit,
Hey,
deposit,
woo-hoo.
deposit, deposit, deposit. Hey, look, um, this is something that you don't run away from it. People run away from the word selling.
Yes.
That's not a curse word. All right. You and I sell something every day. Every day. You said you're not in sales? Yes, you are. You just don't realize it.
Right.
When you go to the store and you say to them, is that the best price you could do for me on this? You're selling, you're negotiating. All right. I used to work in the furniture industry as well. And listen, people say, well, you know what? My background's not sales. I've had nurses and homemakers come in that furniture store and say, well, what's the best price? What are they doing when they ask me that question? They're negotiating.
That's right.
We
Mhm.
always sell. Ladies, you convince your husband to do things he doesn't want to do. Husband, you convince your wife to go places she doesn't want to go. She go just to make you and I happy. I know my wife go places, honey, I don't want to watch that show. My wife is not. She doesn't like cowboy shows or army movies, and I love them.
Oh
But every
no,
now and then,
cowboy shows, I love them.
girl, let me tell you something.
Me and my
Give me a good
husband.
western anytime. You got
Southern
to watch
girl, this is my
Tombstone.
southern weather here. It's 82 degrees outside, so you know it's
Yes,
hot.
it is. And so my point is this: is that we always sell.
That's right.
We
We
always sell. Now do it with a purpose that is going to leave generational wealth for your family. See, we're thinking about our comfort. I met with a young man this afternoon, and as a graduation present, I barely know him, but I love his spirit. I want to treat him to breakfast. and he said something. He's graduating this next month from Savannah State University. He said something. He said he's learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. He's learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, look, my kids, they were some of the best salesmen I ever known, especially when it came down to Christmas and their birthday. They knew exactly, they knew exactly what they wanted. And boy, they talk us into so many different things. And, learn from your kids. You have children or grandchildren, learn from them.
Right.
Because they will teach you how to sell.
Absolutely.
But, insurance is not so much selling as it is helping people. It's helping people. You find out what the person needs and you help them with what they need. Nothing more. Sometimes you may go a little less. I've had people that they think the sky's the limit. They could afford everything. And then when I qualify them, we have to, like Tanya was bringing out, there's fines. I don't want to get fined because I oversold something to somebody. And then, if I oversell somebody something, in other words, the premium's too high and it happens too often, that insurance, and especially if it's with the same insurance company, it's going to draw a red flag. Can you say red flag? It's going to draw a red flag, and then they're going to question me. How come these people keep canceling these policies? All right, I don't want to lose my license. This is my livelihood. This is my income. This is a very highly regulated industry.
Mm-hmm.
Highly regulated by the government. These are government licensed, state licensed. We can't do.
We had to pay for. We had to go.
Yeah, we got to pay for these things.
We had to pay for it. We had to go through background, so somebody's looking at everything that we do. Hey, and we can get fined and go to jail. So no, we're not going to do anything wrong. And Get Skills also has, for those of you that have to renew your license every 2 years, we have continuing education for those insurance agents that need to renew your license. We'd love for you to come and see us. We're doing classes now out at the Empowerment Center. And I got to give, a shout out to the Empowerment Center and Representative Carl Gilliard for his vision and being wanting to make sure that people are empowered so that they are learning something about a new career or getting more educated in something. So he has different classes and workshops and so forth going on, and we're a part of that now. So we are holding our courses and classes out at in Garden City at 4704 Augusta Road at the Empowerment Center monthly for those that are interested in getting their insurance license, those that are interested in changing their careers, and those of you that already have your insurance license. We are holding continuing education courses also. So we do a little bit online, but we still are now, kind of getting back into doing things face to face. In that office or in that space, we have plenty of room to spread out, and our building holds about 15 people in one session, very comfortably with what is that thing called? Social distancing.
Social distancing, yeah.
Social distancing. So we invite you. Our next class for your life and health course will be June 19th and 20th. That's a Saturday and Sunday. And then the next weekend on the 26th and 27th. And then we'll hold a class in the Atlanta area up in Lawrenceville from June 22nd to June 25th. And then we're going to continue out through the rest of the year. We know that most people are going to be trying to come in during the summertime, those teachers that want to get their insurance license while they're on summer break. So we will have courses available July and August for probably 2 in each month, 2 in July, 2 in August. for those people that are interested. But we're going to keep posting and putting the information out for anyone that is interested in getting into this $1 trillion industry.
Wait a minute, Tanya, did you call it a $1 trillion industry with the T as
Not
in
a
Tom?
trillion.
$1 trillion.
Trillion, not million. Trillion. That's after billion.
And hey, we can be one of those people with our own jets,
That's right. That's right.
One of those people. It is not off the mark, that we can't be one of them. We can have our own jets. This business can allow you the type of lifestyle that you want to live, anything that you want to do. If I had people in my class that were 70 years old getting their insurance license because they still want to help people. They want to help their families. So you're not too old for it. You're not too young for it. If you're 18 years old and you decide you don't want to go to college, then come on, let's get into this industry because it is lucrative for anyone that is has a open mind, anyone that wants to doesn't feel comfortable being uncomfortable. What was those words he said?
He said he is comfortable with being uncomfortable.
That's right. Those are the type of people and anyone that wants to help somebody. You got to have that heart for people.
For people.
If you don't have a heart for people, then that's one criteria. If you don't have a heart for people, you don't need to be in this business. It's ethics. It's about your ethics and who you are and the kind of person you are.
Yeah, let me tell you something. Don't think you're going to jump into this industry and take the advantage of people. And, you used to lying and you're going to try to get in this business and then lie your way into a sale to get a higher commission. You will be fined. You will be caught. You will eventually go to jail if you're not careful. Let me mention this. Let me give you some of the workshops that we teach at World System Builder for free. No cost. They're online. 7 days a week, we have workshops. Increase your cash flow, debt management, building a strong financial foundation, proper protection. All right, very important. Building wealth, asset accumulation. Okay, one of the worst habits we have as people, spending. Get money in our hands, and as quick as we get it, boom, let me go to that store. Woo, a sale's going on. What about saving? What about putting the money somewhere where that money will make more money for you? Retirement planning, wealth preservation. And then we even have one workshop called Building a Business in the Finance Industry. All right. Guess what these workshops are? Let me tell you. Can you spell the word free? F-R-E-E.
Right.
We teach these workshops.
They're not free. You're lying.
Yes, they are free.
No,
yes,
no,
they
no,
are.
no. There's nothing free in this world.
Well, you're right. Let me tell you what's going to cost you. Your time, your energy, your interest.
All right.
All right. And that's what it's going to cost you. The workshops are free. The materials, this is our workbook. This is our workbook. And this is our textbook. All right. Can you see that? Workbook and textbook. Now, where do we teach these? I'm going to tell you some of the places we've taught this. Harvard University, Columbia University, Federal Bureau of Investigation. That's spelled out. Abbreviation is FBI. All right. And the list goes on and on and on and on. All right. They found this material to be extremely valuable. Why? Financial literacy is crucial and critical. We have to put a value on it. We put more value on what we spend than on what we have. Well, friend, let me give you the bombshell. We got to get ready to get out of here, and Tanya's going to get us out of here. You don't gain wealth by what you spend. You gain wealth by what you retain.
Retain. Very good.
All right. So this is important. You know what, ladies? I think we need to hit this again next week.
There you go.
I think we need to hit this again next week. If you guys want to learn or find out how you could get into this industry, contact either one of us. Our number is on the bottom of the screen. Tanya, I think we have 2 minutes or 3 minutes or whatever amount of minutes left.
We want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. We will be back on next Friday at 1:00. Bring your lunch and ask us some questions. Quit being so quiet. But we appreciate every time you put something up. Thank you so much for being with us again. We'll see you next week. What you say, Flo? Dad.
Bring me some lunch too.
Bring me some lunch.
Hungry.
Hey, look, we got another minute and 15 seconds
so bring
to go.
me some lunch too. That's the website there, worldsystembuilder.com/UWS. What's that? -USA. That's going to take you to the workshops.
Listen, Flo has glasses on and still couldn't read that.
And still can't read. And it's English. It ain't Spanish.
It's English.
It is English, it ain't Spanish.
Listen, guys, Tanya is local. If you want to sit down with a local coach,
Not local.
The three of us are available to you. We're available to you anytime. You have more questions? Give us a call. The phone numbers are down at the bottom. Call us. We want to hear from you. Okay.
Always be learning. Always be learning. Never stop learning. Never stop.
Well, listen, I really enjoyed it, and I want to thank all of you for being with us today. And listen, next week is going to be off the chain. Bring your friends. Bring your notebook. We're going to offer something special. Special.
My cousin said Tanya is international. He is absolutely right.
Come on.
I love you, James.
That's all right.
All right,
guys, don't forget to like us. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and like ATR on YouTube and All Things Relevant Media on Facebook. Make sure you like us. Make sure you like All Things Relevant Media. All right. Push this company. They're doing great things. They're allowing us to bring this information to you. Please like them on Facebook.
Thanks for the hearts, James.
Y'all have a good day.
Take care.